What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, we're back with another vehicle that I regretfully have decided is time to sell. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get into it. But first, can we take a quick peek at the fleet of cars? This is my latest arrival, my latest purchase, which conveniently ended up being free. And I'm going to have a video dedicated to this and how exactly I got this for free. I'll tell you this, though. It's broken. It's definitely broken. So we're going to come back and we're going to see if we can't bring this thing back to life. Of course, the S63 AMG, I have been daily driving this. I'm actually considering taking this on a road trip to Indiana and back here in the very near future. I don't know, maybe I'll have it listed for sale by then, but I'm probably going to take it on a road trip to Indiana before I decide to sell it. It's actually looking pretty good today, even though it's filthy, guys. It is so filthy. The Monte Carlo SS. She took her first trip today, over 30 miles, and she did really, really well. I'm trying to shake it down, so to speak. I still have quite a bit to get done on this car, and I have very little time before Power Tour. It needs to get into paint and body. It needs a new stripe kit after it's been painted. It needs park would be really good, so I need to work on that shifter cable or adjust the shifter bracket on the transmission, because right now park is nothing. It just rolls, so you got to use the e-brake. It'd be nice to have reverse lights. I've got a headlight out, so I need to replace all of the bulbs just out of precaution. I think the carburetor may be leaking gasoline again, so I may need to pull the carb, remove the bowls, and replace those with the new ones. There's a lot. I need backup lights. I need an overdrive switch. That would be really nice as well. I need the rear end rebuilt with a Positrack and some proper gears, and then I need to adjust the gear for the speedometer and the transmission, or change it out, I should say, so that it matches. Because right now, when I'm going 35, I'm actually going like 50. So there's still a lot more to do to this one, but I've been so busy with all of these other projects, I haven't had a chance to even get to them. I have the ozone machine working on the BMW. This is the 2010 BMW 550 Xi. It is the GT version of the car. And this video is actually coming out very, very soon. The car... well, it smells. We'll leave it at that. It smells. The Domino's car is here. Stay tuned for more videos on the Domino's car. Obviously, it's in Oklahoma. The question is did it make it under its own power, or did it leave me stranded on the side of the road in Illinois? If you've been watching Instagram, well, you probably got a pretty good idea of how that all went down. So, videos on this car still incoming. The Bonneville, not to worry, it's in the garage. I'm actually working on it. I'm trying to get it done and ready because I want to put it up for sale. And speaking of for sale, you guys, I know so many of you are going to be really upset with me, but I've decided to sell my 2011 Chevy Silverado 3500 dually. Yeah, it is. It's actually for sale right now, like immediately. It's going to end in, I think, 24 hours, something like that. Maybe, yeah, somewhere around 24 hours, this is going to end. That's why I decided to make a really quick video and get this thing up in case any of you are interested in it. I got the keys. We'll start it. We'll take it for a quick ride. Guys, it's a great running and driving truck. Obviously, I've mentioned before, it's got a damaged bed, and it has a damaged leaf spring on this side. You can clearly see right there where that leaf spring has been bent up. So be aware of that. However, with that said, I have put some serious miles on this truck. It drives just fine going down the road. Aside from the steering wheel sits quite a bit to the right, and the gas gauge doesn't work. But aside from those very minor things, it runs and drives great. It's not leaking fuel anymore. The suspension is decent. The tires, well, I mean, they're all really good. They all have exceptional tread. Air conditioning, ice cold, runs, shifts like a dream, guys. It's a great truck. It needs a little bit of work, but it's for sale. And I know you guys are going to be like, but wait a minute. I thought you were going to get rid of the Ram, and it was going to be replaced by this. You're right. And after some careful consideration, I decided, no, thank you. I was watching this this YouTube channel. This guy named Dave, I don't remember what it's called, Dave's Garage or Dave's Shop or something. Apparently, he's a really big dude, man. He's blown up on YouTube, and he's got his own TV episode thing now, TV show, David's Garage or something like that. You guys probably have seen him, probably know him. He's a little bit older guy. He's not old, but he's a little bit older. He's got gray hair and real slender guy, and he runs, well, a shop. And I saw him working on one of these recently, very recently. He was working on one of these, and they said that some high-pressure pump or something, fuel system pump, went bad. And when it did, it took out everything, the whole fuel system. Injectors, the fuel tank, like everything. And he said that the job was like $10,000. And I got to thinking about that, and I was like, you know, the truck's got 161,000 miles on it. It's no spring chicken. You know, it's just a little older. I mean, for a diesel, 160,000 miles isn't bad. But let's be real here. This has 160,000 miles. This has 14,000 miles. This is under warranty. Granted, I have to pay for it every single month. But I have peace of mind. I don't have to worry about this truck for years and years and years. This thing is under warranty for plenty of miles. I don't have to stress over it. If something breaks, I take it to the dealership. They fix it for free. Not my problem. If this breaks, well, that's a different story, isn't it? Because I could be calling up Dave and saying, hey, man, how much to fix this on my Duramax? And I could be looking at a $10,000 repair. I understand plenty of people drive used vehicles all the time with no warranties, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. It's just, personally, for me, when it comes to something like my truck, something that I rely on and need to have working on the regular, I can't do it. I thought I could, but I can't. I'm too worried that something is going to break. I don't want to spend all my time worrying about something breaking. I like that I have a warranty on my truck over here, and I'm willing to pay for it. Now, these other cars, no big deal. You know, if any of them break, well, granted, it can cost me some money, but these are dealership cars. It's not the same as my personal vehicle that I also use for work. So why don't we fire this bad boy up real quick? Let's take it on a little ride. All right, so forgive how dark it is in here. It's got pretty decently dark tinted windows. Here's your gauge cluster. Fuel gauge does not work, so be aware of that. I did just fill it up with diesel though, and this is a 36-gallon tank, so this thing's got plenty of fuel. You got a Kenwood AM, FM, CD, maybe DVD, I don't know. It's an Acceleron. It is a Bluetooth satellite radio. Yes, it does have satellite XM. It's not just ready, it's actually there. You can activate it. It is not active, but you can activate it. It's ready to go. It has GPS as well. I think it's Garmin GPS. As you can see, it functions. The radio works like it's supposed to. HD radio, Sirius XM, lots of inputs and outputs, all that great stuff. Cold air conditioning and a USB input for the radio as well. The lights, it's been a big question for debate. The big, bright lights that the truck has, apparently they're no longer connected. I believe the switches used to be here. They're no longer there anymore. Cruise control works, power windows work, all lights work, brakes work. Basically everything works. And by the way, it doesn't leak a drop of anything. I've driven this thing home many times, and I have parked it in my driveway with absolutely no issue. Manual transfer case, 4-wheel high, gets you a light right here for 4-wheel drive. Yes, it works. 2-wheel high, of course, neutral. Actually, I think we got to put this in neutral, then neutral, and then 4 low. Did we get into, there we go, 4 low right there. And then we can put it into drive. And yep, she's moving. She's ready to go, man. So 4-wheel drive does work. We're going to put it back in a, there we go, back in 2 high. Now everything should be good. Where's drive? There's drive. I was in neutral. Sorry guys. Been a while since I've used the truck. Now I've used it to haul a couple of trailers with lawn equipment. It's got trailer brakes. They work as well. Make sure we're in drive this time. There we go. Let's take it out for a a quick spin. Let me turn this air conditioner down. The exhaust on this thing sounds so good. Plus, this will let a little bit of light in for you guys too. Oh, listen to that. I love the way this exhaust sounds. And the amount of looks it gets. And some are good and some are bad. Some people look at it and they're like, what a POS. And other people see it as being pretty cool. Don't worry, I'm not speeding. But man, it's an aggressive sounding truck, isn't it? And here's another thing. This truck was in SEMA 2017. This was a SEMA off-road truck. It was in the off-road truck show at SEMA in 2017. I'm going to throw a couple of pictures that I found of it up right here. But as you can see, the truck looked red in those pictures, right? Well, as I found out, I talked to the people at Scorpion. They knew the lining, and they did this truck. This was their show truck back in 2017, and it was red. But over all these years since 2017, the red has faded to this beautiful purplish, pink, lavender, I don't know what you call it, color that it is, but yeah, it used to be red. Could you paint it? Yes, that's what I was going to do. I was going to replace the bed. I was going to get it re-rhino lined to match the rest of the truck. Then I was going to paint the whole truck black. Unfortunately, that did not happen. And I'm going to go ahead and give you the reason why right now. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been trying to make better financial decisions when it comes to the vehicles that I'm purchasing and that I'm selling. I'm actually actively looking for good deals. It's really hard being a wholesale dealer to make money. Car prices fluctuate like the stock market. They're up and down. You may buy a great deal one day and then the next you find out that you're going to lose money and you have to hold on to it for a while and hope that maybe prices come back up, just like with stocks. For example, my 2016 Cadillac ELR. I bought that car for next to nothing, like $11,000, $12,000. Carvana offered me $20,800 for that car. By the time I was ready to sell it, I went back to Carvana, tried to cash in their offer, and they said no, now it's worth $11,000. They offered me less than I paid for it, and I bought it broken. I fixed it. And then they offered me less, $11,000 versus the original $20,000 they offered me. And here's the funniest part. I got an email just a day or two ago about the Cadillac ELR, which I sold on ACV auctions for $14,000. I really didn't make much money on that car at all. I made a little bit, but not much. I got an email from Carvana. They offered me $19,000 cash for the car after I sold it. That's $5,000 more that could have been in my pocket that is now gone. If I had only held on to that car just a little bit longer like a stock, I could have cashed out an extra $5,000. Now, I'm not saying that I'm only going to be buying the best cars that make the most financial sense. It wouldn't be in my nature to do something like that, guys. If I find something I just gotta have, I'm gonna buy it. But I am actively seeking vehicles that maybe need a little bit of work, that I can get at a discount, that hopefully will be worth more money when I fix them, so that I can actually make a little bit of money on some of these cars. This truck, it's not one of them, guys. I've got somewhere around $14,000 after all of the fees that were associated. About $14,000 into this truck. I found the bed for it. The bed was going to cost me just over $1,000. Then I have to manage to transport the bed, which I haven't figured that part out yet. That's a big deal. Transporting this giant bed from the salvage yard in Oklahoma City all the way down here to Byers, Oklahoma. And then we run into yet another problem. I have no way of getting this bed off of this truck. Santa's Workshop has this A-frame thing with pulleys that he said we could manage that. But Santa's Workshop, if you guys haven't noticed, he got sick. And I hope he's feeling better. You guys should definitely go over to his channel and check him out. Leave him a comment on his latest video. Subscribe to his channel. He's been really ill lately. I really hope he gets to feeling better. But without his help, I have no idea how we're going to get the bed off of this truck, guys. And I'm not about to go inconvenience him when he's sick and say, hey, by the way, can you help me? It's not worth it. You know, it's just a truck. It's a project. It's not that big of a deal. And then even if we got all of that done, even if we got all of that done, now it's time for the rhino lining. How much is that going to cost? I don't know, because I've never done it before. But I imagine if we do just the bed, inside and out, you're probably looking at $1,000 or so to get the whole bed in and out rhino line. So there's another $1,000. Now you're $2,000 into it. All right. And then paint. I was going to send it down to Mako and just have them shoot it black. I wanted it kind of murdered out, you know, all black. Well, a big truck like this, that's not going to be a $400 paint job, guys. Probably going to be looking more at $800 to another $1,000 for the paint. So now we're into it another $3,000. So by the time we're done, we're looking at having $17,000 into this truck. And how much will it sell for when I'm finished with it? I don't know. I have no idea. What I do know is that currently, in its current condition, it runs and drives great. It's not perfect. It's an older, used truck, but it's definitely workable, something you can get in and drive immediately. I think that makes it a smarter decision to go ahead and send it down the road now, instead of spending a ton of money on a bunch of stuff that really isn't necessary. Oh, don't forget the leaf spring. Leaf spring is $150 from the same salvage yard. I was going to replace the pair, so that's $300. Not a big deal, but just want to be upfront and throw that out there as well. So anyway, over $17,000 into this truck if we went through and did everything that I wanted to do to it. And then, I don't know, if it needs any work, if it needs any services, you know, an alignment, whatever, a tie rod, I don't know. If it needs anything else, that's just more money that we're throwing into it. And I got to thinking about it, and I am discussing it with my fiance, and she thought that this one was probably a better idea to send down the road. I am not going to get rid of my Ram. In fact, I've already held on to the Ram longer than I've held on to most of my vehicles over the last few years. I've really kind of fallen in love with that truck and the peace of mind I get with a warranty. I got plenty of cars on the lot that don't have warranties. In fact, all of them. Everything on the lot has no warranty. I don't have an issue with that. You know, those are not my daily drivers, although I do daily drive some of them, like the S63 AMG. I've been happily daily driving that one. But it's not my long-term daily driver. Obviously, the AMG is going to be going up for sale at some point. I've recently done a lot of work to it. I've got a little bit more to do, probably make another video or two about it, and then I'm finished with the car. I expect that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the S63 will be ready to go and up for sale, and it will be a wonderful, absolutely phenomenal car for somebody. But none of these cars are cars that I keep long term. These are my dealership cars. These are my YouTube video cars. They're cars to bring home, do what I can do to fix them up, send them down the road, cross my fingers, and hope I make a little money. So I've got no issue driving those vehicles as my daily drivers. It just comes down to that truck is my truck, man. At the end of the day, even if I park it for a month and daily drive cars at my car lot, that truck is always, that's my old faithful. That's my reliable, you know, well, I'm not going to use this analogy. I had an analogy. I'm not going to. It's like for the people that cheat, which, by the way, I don't. I love my fiance too much to ever go out and cheat on her. But there are people out there that have 2, 3, 4 girlfriends, whatever, and you'll notice those people tend to keep a main chick, you know, at the house, because that's the one you can count on. That's the reliable one. The rest of them, those are throwaways. You know, they may be great in whatever it is that they do. You can use your imagination to figure that out. But at the end of the day, if it comes down to picking and choosing, that man is not going to pick the side chicks over the main chick. And at the end of the day, that is what I'm comparing this truck to with my white Ram right there. This truck may be bigger, it may be stronger, more powerful for sure, more capable, but at the end of the day, this is a side chick. That right there, That's the main bitch. So for better or for worse, whether you guys are happy about the decision and you understand, or you don't get it and you're all pissed off and bent out of shape, this is going down the road. I mean, I didn't expect Copart to get it listed as quickly as they did. I mean, I just put this up a few hours ago and I figure it'll be ready in a week or so. And it went up, it's like 2 days, this thing goes up for auction. Well, obviously, I've got to film the video, edit the video, and upload the video. So by the time you guys see this, you'll have like 24 hours if you are interested in this truck to bid on it. And I figure it's only fair to bring it up to the audience first. Maybe one of you will buy it. Most of my cars lately, for quite a while now, have been bought by subscribers. You guys eat these things up, and I have not once ever gotten an email from somebody telling me they got a lemon, saying that they were dissatisfied, they were unhappy. Everybody that bought something from me so far has been very happy with it, and they are enjoying it. This truck, I think, is not going to be any different. I try very hard to make sure that you guys know what to expect with these vehicles before they're up for sale, so that you don't bid on something or win something, buy something that you're not going to be happy with. I don't need the money enough to be out here trying to scam people or trying to make these things out to be something they're not. We should probably pop the hood. You can take a quick peek under there. I love the smell of diesel. That's all I'm gonna say. Love the smell of diesel. All right, we've got some sinister diesel parts under here. That hood sits real high, guys. It's a little difficult to get in there, but there she is. By the way, I put brand new batteries in it. These batteries cost me like $500. These are AGM batteries. I did not skimp on the batteries. All right, and the battery terminals on that side, the passenger side, they were all messed up, man. So I had to buy the proper parts from General Motors to get those back together. This side, somebody had already redone the terminals. So I just took off the old ones and I put brand new ones on this as well. As you can see, these are the good batteries and they are bolted in. You're not gonna rock these. Everything was done as properly as possible. I'll get you underneath, take a quick peek. You'll see she doesn't leak a drop of anything. There's that Fab Tech. I mean, I can't really get you down here much, but you got a really nice shield over that differential. There's your Fab Tech Dirt Logic suspension under here, which, by the way, all works great. And let's get you under here just a little bit more so you can see that nothing leaks. No transmissions, no differentials, nothing. Dry as a bone. There is air conditioning dripping on the other side there, guys. But that's it, just the AC. No oil, nothing. Oh, forgot to mention, also, you have heated seats. You got lightly heated and extremely heated seats. Rubber floor mats, you've got the rubber floor underneath. I don't know what more you want, but there you have it. She's a good truck, guys, really solid, and I think this will make somebody a really interesting vehicle. I don't know if it's a bro dozer, if this is something you could actually take and go hit the mud holes with. Maybe it is. I have not used it for that. I've towed a couple trailers. I've really put some miles on it. And for me, it's been a great truck. So if you're interested in the truck, I'm gonna put the lot number down below. In fact, I'm just gonna put the link to it. You can go down to the description box and you can click it and it will be there for you. But if you just want the lot number at Copart, here it is. The lot number is 52356794. All right, that is 52356794. And there it is. You can't see it, but there it is. It is up for sale. You guys have less than 24 hours to bid on it if you're interested. I don't know what it's worth. I put a price on there kind of in the middle of about what I've got into it and what I think it's worth. It does have a rebuilt title. It's not salvaged. It is rebuilt. It's ready to go down the road. You can drive it legally if that's what you choose to do. Definitely drop your comments below. Tell me what you think. Click the link below and at least check it out. Put it on your watch list. Maybe you can watch it while it's in the auction and see how it does. And maybe you can be the new owner of this beautiful truck. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.